I gave you. You didn't take it.
They gotta plug it up.
I don't think so.
You know what I'm saying? So it can be charged.
Ready to go? It should be charged already.
Okay.
It should have some juice in it already, so you can see what happens.
How you charge it? Is what I'm saying.
You do need a USB cord to go from there to like your car or whatever. What's good, y'all? What's good? I see you, Jaws. How are you? Big shout out to everybody that's tuned in right now. Hey, what's going on? I see y'all coming in. What's up, Safi? I see you. Y'all make sure y'all tell somebody to tune in to tonight's Making Him Matter. Make sure you guys are tuned in. It's going to be wonderful. And of course, I'm here with my Big Zay. Hey, Safi. Hey, Shanice. Look at you. Uh-oh, there's my girl Marcy. Marcy, I see you. Yeah, George was like, Big Brother Zay. Big Brother Zay. So glad to see y'all. So glad to see y'all. How was y'all day? Tell me, what was y'all day like? What was y'all day like today? Talk to me. How was your day? Sharnice, she's tuned in. Sharnice. She's tuned in. And if y'all get a chance, make sure y'all follow 8 Squad Rebel Radio on Facebook. It's my girl, Marcy. I see you, Marcy. I am so glad you still tuned in. Marcy, you have been like, your support. Oh my gosh. Your support is like incredible. My aunt just chimed in. Star, I see you, Charlize. I am so thankful to God. My aunt just said that the books that I sent her just came in today, an hour ago.
Oh.
Perfect timing. Yes. Felton, I see you, Felt. How are you? How was your day? Oh, this used to be my song. Mama. Hey, Ma. You had an eventful week, Jaws. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Absolutely wonderful. I'd rather have an event full than an event less. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, I am so excited. I can't wait to get started to talk to y'all tonight. Make sure y'all tell somebody to tune in to the Making Him Matter show. Since I need you to send me your size so I can send. Yes, I need to definitely split Zod live. I see you. What is going on? Everybody that's tuned in, if you guys are tuned in on Zay's page, I don't know if it's on the 8 Squad Rebel Radio page. 8 Squad Rebel Radio, right? Mm-hmm. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? Yeah. Fel, I'll inbox you my sizes so you can send me some good stuff, and I can advertise your clothes by walking around in them. Everybody have a good day? Ooh, we got some stuff to talk about today. Some stuff. Ladies, I'm not trying to be funny. Y'all need to check in. Fellas, you definitely need to check in because I need to know if I'm telling the truth or not with a couple of stuff that I'm about to go into. I want to make sure that I'm saying the right thing when it comes to these men, and the best way to find out if I'm saying the right thing is by having you men tune in. So make sure that you guys tell another guy, jump on, because we're going to talk about some things, and I need to make sure that I'm saying the right thing about that. How about that? Jaws said, don't make me call in. Jaws, oh my God. Jaws, have you seen the studio recently? Zay is doing the studio over. It is like incredible. It's absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to see the finished product. It's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all. Y'all get ready. We are talking tonight about making him matter, support, sacrifice, and emotional stability. Support, sacrifice, and emotional stability. You guys do not want to miss this. Make sure you tell somebody to tune in, because we gonna go in talking about all this good stuff. Ooh. Wow. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm still blown away by this Aaron Hernandez stuff. Ooh, isn't that crazy? But did y'all see? I learned something new today. That in the state of Massachusetts, if you commit how do they word it? It says Aaron Hernandez committed suicide because under the state of Massachusetts laws, if you die during an appeal of a conviction, automatically the original conviction becomes null and void, which means he never violated the New England Patriots contract. Thus, his daughter is entitled to the remainder of the $15 million that the Patriots promised him, whether he died a day after he signed the contract. So his suicide, based on how I'm reading this, he killed himself because staying alive, his daughter wouldn't have gotten anything, apparently. Am I misunderstanding that? So he took his life so that his daughter would be entitled to this money. And then it would also clear his name at the same time. Woo! My God! So as of now, what started off as a conviction is now that it's almost as good as saying he was a free man. Isn't that something? Jaws, I'm still blown away by this. At first, I was like, that man didn't kill himself. It was done. It was an inside job. Somebody did this to him. I did not want to believe that Aaron Hernandez actually killed himself. I didn't believe he did. At first, I was like, Aaron Hernandez did not kill himself. Somebody killed him. And then they said that he had John 3:16 written on his forehead. So my question is, who wrote that? That's a long scripture. It's not funny, but John 3:16 is not just like this. It's like this. For God so loved the world. Right. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Right. So that, what is it? That whosoever should believe in him will not perish and have everlasting life. That's long. That's like 2-3 lines on a forehead. It's going to look like a paragraph. Somebody wrote John 3:16. No, Beebs, you're right. In jail, you have plenty of time. You're right. But here's the thing, too. Check this out. Ooh.
Right after this video.
Okay, this here. The day that I get married. Yes, God. That night, this is going to be playing on repeat. But when I tell y'all, check this out. Another thing, too, is that the officer, the corrections officer who was supposed to check on Aaron at 2 a.m. did not even check on him. He allegedly hung himself around 3 a.m. If I stand corrected, he hung himself around 3 a.m. And there was an officer that was supposed to, check this out, there was an officer that was supposed to check on him at 2 o'clock in the morning who did not. That officer right now is on what's called detached with pay, meaning it's almost like saying administrative leave. So it's so much stuff going on with this Aaron Hernandez case, his whole suicide. I mean, but here's the thing too. The day that he got acquitted in court was the first time his daughter was the first day and the first time that his daughter ever showed up in court. So to see him, you saw him crying. You saw when he got acquitted, he was, flooded with tears. And then he looked out to his family and said, I love you. Looked out to his daughter. And now, I mean, here it is all these hours later. And then next thing you know it, he speaks to his fiance on the phone. And I think 7 hours after he spoke to his fiance, they found him hanging. Woo! God. Hello, Tiff. Shout out from the Swag Out Boys. My boy KC all the way from New Orleans with it, baby. What's going on, KC? How are you? Good to see you. Oh, man. How's the family doing? Beebs, I see you, mama. I see my girl, Lori. I see David Green. Good to see you, David Green. How are you doing right now before we get really get started? We talking about this Aaron Hernandez stuff, man. When I tell you I'm just completely blown away, I'm just completely blown away. It's like, but again, this man committed suicide on the strength of making sure that his daughter making sure that his daughter was going to get $15 million. And now his name is completely cleared. I have never heard or seen anything that just totally tripped me out. Totally tripped me out. I've been talking about Aaron Hernandez. I've been screaming like off and on throughout the day. And I'm like, oh my gosh. You know, it's like crazy. It's like crazy. Hola, mi Yoli Bear. How are you, mi Yoli? How are you? How's everything going? For those who are tuned in on 8 Squad Rebel Radio, y'all see me going back and forth. That's because I'm on my Facebook Live. I need to make sure that y'all tune in. Y'all make sure that you tell somebody to tune in. And we're going to get started. It's going to be incredible. We got so much to really talk about. And who is excited is Tiffany Renee. That's who's excited. It's Tiffany Renee. Yes, Lord. Okay. All right. I am so excited. So excited. Y'all hold on one second. Oh, okay. Yeah, oh, your mom got into a car accident? What happened? Y'all keep my girl KC. Keep KC's mom in prayer. I'm glad she's doing good. Tell her I'm going to keep her in prayer. You know I'm going to pray her up and pray that she gets completely healed in the name of Jesus. Hey, that's my buddy Steve. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. Yeah, tonight we're doing Making Him Matter. It's nice to see you. Very nice to see you. Ooh, we got trouble that just stepped in. Y'all know who the trouble is. It don't get no in. Oh, Jesus. Don't you come over here and start no mess.
What's going on, church people?
Stop it! I can't stand him. I know what he said. Y'all know Steve. Steve, I'm praying for your deliverance right now. Look, I'm trying to get in Steve's business. Steve came here with one of his friends. And I'm like, ooh, look at that. Yoli, you need to pray for my energy. It started winding down because I've been eating those sweets all morning that the job had laid out. I promise you I love this job. I love my job. Oh, Steve, George said, hey, Super Steve.
Who said that?
George.
Oh, that's my cousin.
What?
Yeah,
I love him. I didn't know that. George, uh-oh, here he comes.
What's up, cousin? What's going on?
There we go with
Yeah,
this.
George, that's my cousin.
Shondo. I said you need to get delivered. He said Shondo. That's okay. Hi, my cousin Bobby. What's up, booby? Clarence, I see you, see.
Say Westinghouse.
Yeah, young girl. Rent a car rent.
Don't say it.
Man, these young kids need to stay off the road if they don't know how to handle it. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. These young kids, I can't. And then when you tell them to do things, they don't want to hear it. And this is the stuff why. I'm glad that nothing bad happened. I'm glad that all is well. I'm glad that all is well. So glad that all is well. So glad that all is... I'm ready. Woohoo! Mayday. Am I coming in clear? Just kidding. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Big Tiff. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for checking into another fantastic Thursday. Another day where God is being glorified. Another day that we've been allowed to see. And we've experienced God's grace and mercy because we're still here. How about that? So big shout out to everybody that's checked in to the Making Me Matter show. Tonight we're going to talk about Making Him Matter. We're going to deal with sacrifice, support, and emotionally stability. Woo! Emotional stability. Ooh, today it's going to be something. We're going to get in these ladies behind for a second to tell y'all how to teach these men. These men running off out the country, getting these other women and running out of relationships that they with because we don't know how to treat them. Y'all, what? That's got to stop. So, anywho, listen. Oh, Lord. I know, Marcy. One of the girls said, I didn't know Steve was live with I didn't know Steve. Oh my goodness, I didn't know Steve was live with you. Many blessings. I know this is going to be some drama. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited that you guys have checked in. Big shout out to everybody on Facebook Live. You guys are like incredible. If you get a chance, go to www.8squadrebelradio.com. So, hey, Aunt Doreen, I see you just check in. Uh-oh, there goes Steve. I got to do Steve's look real quick. Big shout out to my boy Steve who just checked in. Y'all, have you guys been watching the news before we get started? Oh, before I even get started with the news. Okay, so, big shout out to the sponsors. All the radio sponsors, all the sponsors and advertisers. We have my boy Felton Rowe, who's with Front Row Apparel. Definitely check him out. Front Row Apparel. He has some good, what is it? He has loungewear, t-shirts, caps, all of that. And he's really inexpensive. He has some nice things. So definitely check out my buddy Felton Rowe, Front Row Apparel. You don't want to miss out on April 22nd. April 22nd. There is an event going on. April 22nd is in 2 days. Is it 2 days? What's today's date? Y'all tell me. Is today the 20th? Yeah, so April 22nd, we have my girl, Jessica Bullock. Jessica Bullock is doing something that's called the Strong Girls Group. Okay, so y'all make sure y'all tune into this. Friday, my bad. Friday, April 21st. Strong Girls Group, helping girls stay in charge of their minds and their bodies. That's a wonderful thing. We need these girls to know who they are and not succumb to insecurities. Hey, Joe, I see you. Yes, indeed, Joe. You know I'm big on confidentiality, man. I'm honored that you opened up to me about what you shared with me. So, of course, I got to respect you for that. Thank you. Hey, Judy, how is my auntie doing? Judy, I see you. Big shout out to you. Jaws, we ain't going to be talking about no 420. I can't deal that 420 stuff. You know, 420, everybody being lit. Literally. But yeah, y'all make sure you try to check out my girl, Life Options Counseling Services. It's located at 13 Clyde Road, Suite 102 in Somerset, New Jersey. Strong Girls Group, 908-290-3550 for more information. On May 6th, my girl has this incredible empowerment workshop called Uplift Her. You definitely don't want to miss that. That's going to be in Kenilworth. Ryan Buckland, big shout out to Buckland Funeral Home, located in, I think that's in Somerville. Yeah, Buckland Funeral Home is out in Somerville. Hit up Ryan Buckland. He is a class act, literally. He is classy. He will take care of your loved ones in the midst of being funeralized, and if you need arrangements and so forth, definitely check out Buckland Funeral Home. So we went ahead and talked about Life Options Counseling Center, Uplift Her, May 6th. Make sure you register for that. All of these advertisers, their information can be found on my website directly, www.makingmematter.com. Big shout out to G. I see you, Mr. Goodness. Thank you so much. I appreciate your comment. I see it on the other page. Thank you. G, how are you doing? How was your day today? Let me know. So, oh, yeah, right. Today's date, though, is like ridiculous. So, okay, so here's the thing. Have you guys, for those who are just tuning in, I don't know if you heard, I was talking about the whole Aaron Hernandez situation before we get started with Making Him Matter. Well, he can be included in, I guess, Making Him Matter. I don't know how to do this, considering all the stuff that was going on with him. But Aaron Hernandez, you guys know, Patriots, played for the Patriots, committed suicide. I was actually wondering, like, do you guys really think he committed suicide, or was it an inside job? And so I saw something today that blew me away that I'm going to read to you. Lisa, I see you, Lisa. How are you? So I got to read this to you guys, okay? Big shout out to my boy Vito. Vito, over at WBLS, big shout out to him. Vito from BLS hit me up today and posted something on my wall and was like, check this out, I'm going to read this to you. Aaron Hernandez committed suicide because under the state of Massachusetts laws, if you die during an appeal of a conviction, automatically the original conviction becomes null and void, which means he never violated the New England Patriots contract. Thus, his daughter is entitled to the remainder of the $15 million the Patriots promised him, whether he died a day after he signed the contract. So his suicide, at first I questioned, I don't think he committed suicide. He couldn't have, because he was acquitted. He was getting ready to go through this appeal for the life sentence he was already serving. So why would he kill himself? Well, here's the thing about that. I have mixed feelings. Right. The daughter of Steve, you're right, gets that money. Oh, yeah, she will. Don't worry, G. She will, because I'm going to say some good nuggets tonight. She's going to... I wish you could get her to watch so I can tell her how to make you madder. Here's the thing. The reason why I have mixed feelings about that is because even though he offed himself, right, he was found hanging in his cell. So even though he offed himself, he did it for the sake of $15 million allegedly for his daughter. Now, we don't really know if that's the truth, but it makes sense. But here's the thing. Who's to say if he would have appealed the original life sentence, who's to say that life sentence would not have gotten overturned? You better be careful what you take into your own hands. Let God do the vindicating. Maybe, just say for sake, maybe, he would have went ahead, appealed that life sentence, right? And who's to say that God could have done something where, you know what, they would have found him not guilty. See, I watched some of the videos that I've seen with him, with the gun and all this other stuff. I need to really look into it even deeper because, I don't know. There is such thing as grace and mercy, but suicide is not the way for it. So right now, I come against the spirit of suicide, whether it's because of guilt, shame, or even if you think that you're looking out for somebody else. At the end of the day, eternity is a long time. Eternity is infinite. Eternity doesn't change. Eternity literally is something that you cannot change, and death is final. My girl Sharnice said, can you imagine how his daughter will feel knowing that it was a possibility her father took his life for her? Right. I can't. Samson commit. Well, right. You know what, Steve? You're right. But at the end of the day, you're right. And I'm not trying to. But notice I didn't say that Aaron went to heaven or hell, because that's not for me to judge. I don't know what his last words were. So at the end of the day, there's a such thing as grace and mercy. Do I believe? I'm not going to do that. We ain't going to get started with that. But at the end of the day, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another night of Making Me Madder. Tonight we're going to get started with Making Him Madder. Support, sacrifice, and emotional stability. So here's the thing. What is it? Is there something wrong? I hear women say, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. And I have a question. Why is it that women have an issue with feeling like they can't support the man? Here's what got me started with that. Next week, we're going to be talking about Making Us Matter. On Making Us Matter, we're going to really dig into T.I.'s comment about the reason why he's getting divorced. T.I. said he's getting divorced because marriage is a distraction and it's not something that's helping him work towards his goal. And so my thing is, it's not that marriage is a distraction. It's not that you can't work towards your goals. How about maybe you just married the wrong woman, and maybe that woman is not wise enough, smart enough, or what's the word I'm looking for? Or she doesn't have the drive to push you in the direction that you need to go. So big shout out to Face. I see you, Face. I see you. Thank you so much for joining. Steve, I am going to bust you up. I wish I had a rubber band that I could just sling right over into your eye. Fix it, Jesus. Yeah, you know what? Oh, Joe, thank you. You matter always. Thank you. Yeah, Steve gonna make me cut him. I promise you. He gonna make me cut him. But you know what? But then but Steve, even though you're saying it's true, here's what I'd rather. Be honest and say that versus saying that it's a distraction and that it's not helping you reach your goals, because now you're lying. Maestro, big shout out to Tommy Maestro Bedford. If you are in the Dallas area, y'all make sure y'all look him up. Maestro did my photo shoot, and he will tell you it took me forever to do this photo shoot. I was paranoid on every hand. Lord knows I get paranoid when I feel like I'm being watched. This paranoids me, believe it or not. Oh, you said he can't say that, he'll lose sponsors. Not necessarily. He gonna have a lot of women, and women get desperate when it comes to certain things, and you never know. You just never know. I just think sometimes women will do anything if they want. They'll do anything for T.I. We talking about T.I. They will do anything for T.I. But my thing is, I don't know what's going on in T.I. and Tiny's relationship, but do you really think Tiny was not supportive? I don't know if I could see that. I don't know if I can see that. She's been with him since Escape days. That's been like forever. I don't know if I can see her not supporting him. I don't know if I can see that. So he said it's a distraction. He said something. Let me see if I can paraphrase it, or I'll try to get it right as best as possible. T.I. said, if you're married and the woman is not determined to help you go in a particular direction, then that woman will pretty much become a deterrence. That I do agree with. Any woman in a marriage, ladies, if you are married, I don't care. Matter of fact, let's take it a step further. If you're not even married and you're dating, the person that you're with, the man that you're with, wants to know that you will have his back, that you're going to ride out for him, and that you're going to be supportive. No man wants to feel like his woman can't support him. Even, let's say if he has a vision, okay? If a man has a vision about something, whether you believe in that vision or not, don't make him feel like his own vision is not going to come to pass. You have got to, it's only right to be the right woman to support him on every hand as best as you can, even when it doesn't make sense. Hello, Mayday. Am I coming in clear? Y'all feeling me? Even when it doesn't make sense, learn how to support him. I'm not saying be a yes man, a yes person. Yes, 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 yes. You don't yes him to death. But at the end of the day, if God has called him to lead, this is where I'm going with this. If God has called him to lead and you're preparing for marriage, and God has called your husband to be the head of the household, it's his vision. There's certain things that God will give him, whether it makes sense to you or not. It's not supposed to. Your job is to be that crown, to be that glory, to go ahead and just be like, you know, babe, I got you. Whatever you need, I got you. If it doesn't make sense, it's not meant for me to understand. God will go ahead and bring forth the revelation. God will go ahead, and once he manifests what it is that he showed you, regardless when the manifestation is going to come, I'm going to be right here to support you. And I don't understand what the problem is. I overheard someone in the last show talk about how black women in particular don't support, or he doesn't date black women because of how they treat their man. And I heard that and I was like, oh, well, what's wrong with black women? What is it? And I've seen women, I've seen them. I've seen how they have treated black men. But then again, whether you're black or white, at the end of the day, if you're a woman, if you want your relationship to work, be careful how you treat him. Be careful how you talk to him. Be careful and be mindful to support him, because if you don't, somebody else will. I wish I would put myself in a situation where somebody's going to support the one I'm with more than me. Oh, heck to the no. Not going to happen. If you are married, you don't give somebody that edge of being the one to do what you should be doing. Because he's dated all black women. Right, Lori. He's dated all black. Can you imagine? I'm with you on that one. Not all women, not all black women are like that. But I read something very interesting about a black woman's anger today and why she's angry. Oh, we need to talk about that. I'll talk about that on one of the Sunday shows. So here's something I wanted to mention to you guys, right? 7 things all men need in a relationship. The first one, what do you guys think is the first one? Somebody hit me up. What do you guys think is the first one? Put it up. Let me see. What do you guys think is the first thing that a man needs in a relationship? I would have said this, but I would have used a different word. And I'll tell you guys the word. There are a few things, 7 things that I'm going to go into with you. 7 things all men need in a relationship. Number 1, praise and approval. I would have said affirmation. Praise and approval. No man Oh, Clarence said respect. That's good. That's good. And so, hey, Steph, I see you. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, it says praise and approval. No man wants to be in a relationship where a woman is not acknowledging him or giving him affirmation or letting him know, regardless what the situation is, I still love you. Regardless what the situation is, I still approve of who you are as a man. Regardless what the situation is, you are still the best thing since sliced bread. No man wants a woman that's going to look at him like, and she's going to act like Debbie Downer and always have something negative to say concerning him. You know, it's hard enough being a man, period. And when he's in a relationship and he can't get the support and he can't get the love that he needs, why should he stick around in that relationship? I'm just trying to figure that out. So here's what it says, right? It says that men have infamously tender egos. Right. I do believe that. Then it says, I have countless male clients telling me every month that their partners rarely let them know what they like about them. Have you looked at your partner recently and said, you know what? I like this about you, or I like that, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a feature. Just a quality that has to deal with their behavior. You know, tell them I appreciate you. Say thank you more. Don't look for a handout. Men don't like to feel like charity cases. They want to feel like men. So if you don't know how to do it, find a way to do it before you wind up losing them. Another thing, Clarence, what you just said, respect. Sharnice said support and encouragement. Exactly right. My girl Marcy said independent. Right, a man definitely, we're going to talk about that. Men definitely want to feel some level of independence. We're going to go down that list and we're going to touch that. My big buddy Aaron. What's up, Aaron? I love Aaron. Y'all give a shout out to Aaron. Aaron is over in Dallas, but he pronounced his name Aaron. You know your name is Aaron. Aaron, good seeing you. Thank you so much for checking in. So the second thing that men need, we're talking about, Aaron, we're talking about 7 things all men need in a relationship. So the second thing is respect. Men feel respect as love. So it says, if he feels like you disapprove of him, his career, or the things that he believes to be integral to who he is as a person, he will have a hard time trusting and loving. I love you too, Aaron. He will have a hard time loving. When was the last time you looked at the person that you're dating, the man that you're with, and actually said, you know what? I respect you. Regardless what you don't have, regardless what you do have, regardless what's going on, regardless what you have done, regardless of your past, I respect you. I respect you. Have you given him that affirmation to let him know that he's respected? It says that the thought process behind that being, if she doesn't respect who I am at the core, then how can she really want what is best for me? And that is a fact. My gosh. If you can't respect him, you're not going to have his best interest. If you can't respect him, you're not going to have a desire to want to see the best for him. So that's one of the things that, ladies, learn how to respect him. Men do not want to walk around not feeling respected at any point. You best believe there's some woman right now waiting for you to mess up or waiting for you to not do something just so she can step in, creep in. And matter of fact, in some sense, she might not even sneak in. She'll do it in front of you and try to take what you think is yours. And I promise you, I've seen it. Not only have I seen it, it's happened to me when I was in Dallas. And I told him, I said, I'm going to tell you what, you check her before I do. I was dating this guy in Dallas, and this young lady, I'll tell you what she did, y'all. Oh, Lord, it's going to be a little graphic. Y'all better pray. Aaron, thank you. But Aaron, listen, I'm trying to help somebody real quick. I was in Dallas, right? And this guy that I dated, he, like never mind. He had women just flocking at him. And the woman, this one particular woman, matter of fact, Aaron, I saw her at Firefly. I just asked one question, is there a problem? Anywho, we're going to leave that alone. But what happened was, this one particular woman knew that he was dating me because he would tell people he dated me. He had pictures of me all around his house. It was him. He had pictures of me and his kids. And this is when I lived in Dallas. And so, knowing that he was with me, he was in the elevator with her one day, and she had on a skirt. And she decided to flash him. Right, Zay. Right. She decided to flash him as if that was going to do something. When you know you got a good thing, flashing all of that means absolutely nothing. Because when he saw her do that, he looked at her and was like, man, put that down. I'm not touching you. And ever since then, it was like she would still call him and do all this other stuff. And he told me about it. One of the reasons why I trusted him the way that I did was he came clean and just told me everything. Every female that tried to holler at him, he was like, Tiff, this one trying to holler at me. Oh, Lord, Tiff, this one want to come over and talk. She's having a crying spell. And me and him live 2 buildings away from each other. And he said, I'm just telling you, in case you drive past, because I used to have to pass his house to get to mine. In case you drive past, I told her she could have my spot. So if you see a car in my parking spot, this is who it is. She wants to come over, and she's having a crying spell, and she was in the area. I was like, she's not just in the area. She drove an hour away from where she is to make it seem like she was in the area. Listen. Right, Aaron. He messed up now. Trust me, he's completely cut off. But at that time, he knew what he had. And so let me tell you what happened. One night, so after that, he told her, I'm not touching you. It's not even like that. And he told her, I'm in love with this. Well, I'm in love. He said, I love this girl. And I can't do that to her. And I'm not attracted to you like that. So one night, I'm at this lounge. Lori, thank you, but when I say thank you. I'm at this lounge in Dallas. At the time, it was called Firefly. And so I see her. But me being the woman that I am, I could look you in the face. I could look another female in the face like, what? What's the problem? Seriously, I don't think you want it today. So she's looking at me. She's with her girls, and I'm with my girls. And I'm like, I ain't got time for this. I could care less what she's looking at. She want to look, I'm going to walk past her and give her a good look. Let her look at what I'm wearing. Let her see this. I'm not going to throw no shade. She wants to be like that. I'm very upfront with mine. So I walked past her and wanted her to get a closer look. I wanted her to get a close up of what she was looking at from a distance. So what ended up happening, check this out. My phone starts going off. As my phone is going off, I'm looking like, what's wrong? And he said, do you see so-and-so? I said, yeah. He said, you still out? And I said, yeah. He said, yeah, she texted me. See how messy women are? He said, she texted me and said you were out. And I told her, I know where she is. And he said, and then she said, you should see what she has on or something like that. He said, I know what she has on. She sent me a picture before she left the house. So women are messy. But when a man knows what he has, you best believe he gonna have her back. Women, if you don't support and you don't respect and you don't give him praise and approve and do certain things, he's gonna be like, oh, okay, that chick, I'm gonna get with her. But you best believe after I got that text, I sure enough walked up to her and said, we got a problem? And she said, no. I said, all right, I'm just making sure. And I walked away. I don't ask too many questions. The only thing I want to know is, do we have a problem? The moment you say yes, it will get handled. I promise. But for the most part, where I was at that point, my girls were all spread out. I had my girl Simone, my girl Tori, this other girl I used to deal with at the time. I don't fool with her anymore. I don't think Willie was there that night. But it was a couple of people there that I would come out with. And so one of my girlfriends said, you need me to do anything? Because she's crazy. And I said, nope. You always be a lady. And whatever way you handle your business, you always handle it in the fashion of being a lady. I said, nah, I'm good. I said, she's just mad because I have what she wants. And that's what it is. How about that? So at the end of the day, ladies, you want to keep them? Learn how to treat them. That's a fact. Listen, Aaron, Sharnice, listen. Safi, when I say messy, Sharnice said yes. Aaron said she didn't know she was in danger. And the thing is, I didn't have to get all hood. Aaron, you know how I am when I'm out. And my girls would be on the dance floor. You know I would always sit back. I'd be the pocketbook holder. God bless you. I would always be the pocketbook holder. I'd sit back. You know I'm always a lady. I don't do that hood stuff unless I have to, unless I have to let it out the bag. But you best believe it's there. I just keep it packaged up pretty nice. So anywho, the next thing that men need, emotional intimacy. Because I was about to, she better not come out her face crazy, because by the time she opened her mouth to say one full word, I would have caught her with a 2-piece halfway down. But it's okay. So anywho, emotional intimacy. See, God brought me a long way. He did. Deliverance is real. Deliverance is real. That was then. Where I'm at now, I'm like, God, you get him, because your hand hits harder than mine anyway. I just sit back and pray, and I watch God. And I promise you, I have been watching God. I sit back and pray, and I watch God. So, yes, Lord, fix it, Jesus. What happened when you don't want her anymore? Oh, Clarence. When you have a woman that you don't want anymore, what happens? I think you should tell her. If you are dealing with somebody that you no longer want, she has a right to know that you don't want her, because she's vested in what you guys already have. Don't waste her time. If you don't want her, tell her, say, look, I need to talk to you. This is going to hurt. You're going to get mad. You're going to get angry. I don't know what you're going to do. But I no longer want to be with you. And this is why. Don't just leave us hanging. Don't just tell us you no longer want us and not give us a reason. We need to know the why you don't want to be with us, how it got to that point, and what's the next step. Okay, so does this mean that we no longer communicate? Or are you trying to let me go so that we can come back together and reconcile some stuff? So just tell me. I need the what, the why, and the how. That's what women need. A lot of people say that women are extra. Women are not extra. We just need to know what is it that we did or are not doing so that we know how to move. If you give us options, we will be able to know how to work with you. But you can't just say, I just don't want you anymore, and then be out. What kind of mess is that? So I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but you have to just be upfront and honest. Tell her the truth. A woman, all she wants is honesty. All a woman wants is honesty and the truth. You give her the truth, I'm telling you, you best believe you are not going to have a problem out of her, regardless how bad it is. Again, when I was in Dallas, this guy was telling me, so-and-so is coming over. I know she still want to be with me. At the end of the day, she knows she's not going to be with me. She knows I'm with you. And I'm like, and she's still coming to your house and she knows that you're with me? Tiff, let me just talk to her again. It's like, all right, you handle it. If she gets out of character, I'm only a couple of buildings away. He's like, I got it. And then he said to me, he said something I'll never forget as long as I live. A woman can't, he said, Tiff, she's a woman. I'm a man. She can't make me do anything I don't want to do. When I heard that, I promise you, I have looked at things so much differently in life in regard to what men, how they respond. I don't ever want to hear, I just slipped. No, you wanted to slip. You wanted to slip right in and you slid, and it is what it is. Just say that that's what you wanted to try. I'd have more respect for somebody that just says, you know what, I'm not going to lie, I wanted to step out because I wasn't feeling you, yada, 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 and I shouldn't have done it. All I'm asking now is that you forgive me. Can we start over? Just be real about your business. Sharnice, right. Tell the truth. Right, Toya. Latanya, is that my cousin Tanya? Hey, good to see you. And, right, and don't say it's you, it's not me. Right, just listen. Because if it is me, I need to know that it's me. That my cousin just said, don't say it's you and it's not me. Right, because that's a lie. If it's me, tell me that it's me. Tell me what I need to do differently. Now, sometimes when it comes to telling somebody what they need to do differently, it takes time because we are creatures of habit. So there's certain things that we've done, that we're doing, that has just been consistent because we have years of having a certain behavior. But if you see that a person is really trying to change, give them that time. Just like a female probably gave you time to tolerate your foolishness. And at the end of the day, listen. At the end of the day, you have to decide as to what's worth it and what's not. So, emotional intimacy. Okay, let me see. It says, from a very young age, men are taught to avoid appearing weak at all costs. Perceived weakness includes things like complaining, divulging fears or concerns, and expressing self-doubt or worry. A man's partner, check this out. A man's partner is his safe place to fall. I love that. Y'all know I love relationships. I love love. That's beautiful. A man's partner is his safe place to fall. He can expose the cracks in his armor and allow his partner to help him heal. Listen. Woo! A woman can't make a man do anything he don't want to do, but she can seduce him into doing it. But I don't care how much seducing she does. She can't make him do what he does not want to do. I don't care if he's brick. I don't care what it is. At the end of the day, if he doesn't want to do it, he's not going to. When my ex was in the elevator with that woman and she pulled her dress up, he said, I ain't touching you. Do you know what I got? You have got to, it takes discipline and self-control. That's what it all boils down to. It's a mindset. So at the end of the day, yeah, she can be influential in him making the decision, but she can't make a decision for him. So but I understand where you're coming from, Dwayne. I do. Big shout out to you for tuning in and joining. I'm grateful that you're on. I see you, Robert Andrews. Thank you for joining. So a man's partner is his safe place to fall. He can expose the cracks in his armor and allow his partner to help him heal. Ladies, learn how to allow him to have these moments of vulnerability. I read this book, Rising Strong by Brene Brown, who is incredible. She was on Oprah. Rising Strong by Brene Brown, and she said vulnerability is a strength. And a lot of times we look at vulnerability as a weakness. Vulnerability is not a weakness, it's a strength. When someone allows themselves to be vulnerable, they're allowing you to see them for who they are. Mess, madness, mischievous behavior, regardless what it is, you're seeing them for who they are. And you're actually able to help them become better. That's the point of being married. The point of being married is to love that person in the midst of who they are and to help them. You know what I'm saying? I see you, Leon. Big shout out to you. How are you? How's the wife and your son? Y'all doing good? Big shout out to your family for me. Please give everybody my love. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with allowing him. Ladies, there's nothing wrong with allowing him to have his moments. He can't be Superman and a superhero all the time. Allow him to cry. Allow him to vent. Allow him to have those breakdown moments. Heck, women have breakdown moments all the time. Shoot, especially once a month. I probably shouldn't say that. But at the end of the day, we have breakdown moments. We have our moments. So what are you going to do? Allow these men to have their moments. Another thing. Y'all got to hear this. We talking about 7 things all men need in a relationship. Hey, Punky, I see you. 7 things that men need in a relationship. Space. What are you guys going to do? A lot of times, women want to be under their man. There's nothing wrong with that. But you got to also have boundaries. A man needs space. Every once in a while, learn how to pull back and say, you know what? Why don't you go ahead, be by yourself? I promised myself when I get remarried, I'm building a man cave. And I took a picture of one that I saw on Facebook. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. This man cave that I saw was incredible. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to use this. I'm going to do this. And I got so excited. I said, I can't wait to go ahead and do that. Learn how to give a man space. A man doesn't want to be smothered. Just because I feel the Holy Ghost. And I probably shouldn't be. It's all right. Just because a man wants space does not mean that he's stepping out. Every man at some point wants to feel like they're not being smothered. Give him space to reevaluate his manhood. Give him space to think about life. Give him space to process things. Just because he has space and does things and maybe just ventures out in a different way that you don't want him to venture out doesn't mean that he's stepping out. Men need space. Can somebody please tell me? Can somebody hashtag space matters? That's all I want to see. Hashtag space matters. Give him space. You know, and like I said, I promised myself when I get remarried, I'm building him a man cave that's going to be so super dope because he's going to need to get away. He's going to need to get away. And so another thing, physical touch. Men need frequent non-sexual touching. How about that? Ooh, Aaron, I hope I am. Aaron, thank you. Thank you. I hope I am. I hope I am. Yes. Hashtag space matters. Give these men their space. Let them go out with the guys. You know what? Listen, my boss, once a year, he and his buddies go out to the mountains, and I think they go biking and skiing and stuff like that once a year. And it's for like 5 days. Men need that. Go out with your boys. Go out with your guy friends. Enjoy the guy time. Talk smack. Talk football. No women. I mean, y'all will be thinking about us, but at the end of the day, it doesn't mean that you're a bad person because you getting away. Men need an outlet. What other way to have an outlet than to be around other fellas that you can just confide in? There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Punky, what I'm saying is it doesn't have to be sexual. So, like a non-sexual touch is just something as simple as holding a hand, something as simple as a hug, something as simple as rubbing his head. Just say, I love you, or just rubbing his back, like Method Man, rub my back and say, baby, it'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? He said, that's real to a brother like me, baby. Let me stop playing. But at the end of the day, learn how to be a little bit more affectionate. Let me can I just make a statement? Lord, help me right now. One of the reasons why and I'm going to go racist. I'm going to deal with race right now. A lot of reasons why black women can't get a good man is because they walk around looking like they don't want one. And then they get on Facebook talking about, I don't need no man. But yet you desire one. Listen, I got deleted by somebody 2 weeks ago who's really just a pretty ugly girl. She's pretty as all get out, but I got an ugly behavior about her when it comes to men. So I just want to call her Pretty Ugly. So when Pretty Ugly deleted me, it made me think, this woman is single. Every time she posts on Facebook, it's always male bashing. She has nothing really nice to say whenever a man comes up to her and approaches her. And every time somebody says something to her or approaches her, she's just real negative, and she always got something negative to say. And that's what makes her pretty ugly. I don't care how pretty you are. No man wants no woman that's pretty ugly. And so I love you too, Regina. Let me tell you something. I'm going to be honest with you. And I have proof. Steve could tell you. I have gotten inboxed. I've gotten inboxed by different people. I've been approached on the street. And I take that as humbling. Do you hear me? I take that as being humbling. When a man approaches you, it takes heart for a man to approach a woman, not knowing if he's going to be turned down or not. There's a way to turn down a man without being arrogant, turning your nose up, making him feel like he's not worth it. And then you wonder why he cursed you out and said, well, forget you. Or why he just said, well, you ain't nothing anyway. Why? Because of your behavior. I'm so sick and tired of seeing beautiful black women treat these men with their nose in the air as if they too good to have one. And then complain that there's no good men. No, you just a bad seed. And you grew into a rotten apple. I feel the Holy Ghost right now. Right. How about that? And ain't nobody gonna bite into you. Listen, Aaron, thank you. Cousin, what does it say? What did you say? You said, how do you say you don't need a man when we were created from his rib? Word. That's what I'm talking about. We came from him. Even though we're supposed to be the helpmate, there would be no us if it wasn't for him. God put him here first. We better recognize we need him more than we can shake a stick. Period. Listen, Aaron said, this need to be a book. You working on that? Aaron, I promise you I am. I got 3 books in my head, and I just haven't had the time to get it out. I promise you I am. Brian, BP, I see you. Thank you. But I'm so sick of this. This is why black women get this stigma of, we don't want no black woman. We'll date Asian, we'll date white, we'll date Hispanic. Because why? Because black women are nasty. No. Not all black women are nasty. Hello? Trust me. Not all black women are nasty. Every guy that I've turned down, I've said, you know what? I am truly humbled and thankful that you took the time. I promise you, I could show it to you. Well, I'm not going to show it to you, but I have inboxed somebody back and said, I'm thankful that you, and humbled that you took the time to tell me how you feel. But at the end of the day, I am in a relationship. I do respect and honor my relationship, but I pray that God blesses you with your queen. Boom. If somebody approached me on the street, which I promise you, I've had guys approach me on the street and say, you're a pretty girl. You're a beautiful woman. Oh, thank you. God bless you. And I keep it going. You don't have to be nasty. You pretty ugly chicks are the reason why men don't want to deal with good girls. I can't. Y'all gonna make me mad. So anyway, security. Men and women are both attracted to certainty in a relationship. The more a man feels like his partner is in it for the long haul, the more ready and able he is to be able to open up to her. How about that? Women play games just like men do. And, you know, oh, Lord, somebody just came to my mind. I know a woman right now plays games. Why? Listen, what are you playing games for? You either want to be in a relationship or you don't. You either want to be in a long-time relationship or you don't. Don't sit up there. You know how they used to say, oh, tease them, give them a little this, give them a little that. There's some men that don't want that. They want to know up front, this is what I'm dealing with. They want to know, this is what I'm dealing with. This is the way it's going to go. We just going to just roll with it. But all that playing games and not sure and you know what? I got my career. That's another thing. There's nothing wrong women being a career woman. But if you want to be in a relationship, learn to make time. And don't complain that you're too busy. If you really want to be in a relationship, learn to make time for him because he matters. Learn to make time for him. These men matter. And so that's one of the things. Another thing I wanted to tell y'all about. Hey, Keita, good to see you. Uh-oh, my buddy is on. Councilman Elder Barry Good. Hey, is it getting gooder? Is it getting gooder? Is it getting gooder? It's good to see y'all. Thank you guys so much for joining. So, here's something else. Check this out. Things that guys wish women knew about men. Now, check this out. Y'all ready? Men would rather feel unloved than inadequate and disrespected. Have y'all ever been in a relationship? Let's just keep it G. Have you ever disrespected a man in a relationship? If you have, have you thought about your actions? Have you thought about the consequences? Have you thought about that? This thing here says that men literally would rather feel unloved. That's a big deal. They would rather feel unloved than feel unloved than inadequate and disrespectful. So then it says here, a man's anger is often a response to feeling disrespected by his wife, or if you're dating, by his woman. Let me see. Aaron said, I got to load up and head out for a show. Keep speaking this truth and knowledge. You helping us men and women. Much love. Aaron, you go ahead and play them keys. You better go ahead, boy. I thank you so much, Aaron. I love you. I genuinely, genuinely love you. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. I really appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, so the man's anger is often a response to feeling disrespected by his wife. Have you disrespected him? How do you disrespect a man? How you talk to him. Watch your mouth. Watch how you talk to him. Watch how you treat him, privately and publicly. When was the last time that you just said, you know what? I'm going to shut my mouth. When was the last time you said that? You know what? Even though this is on my mind, I'm not going to say it because words hurt. And once you spew it out, you can't take it back. So what I'm going to do is just be silent. Sometimes your silence will speak louder than your words, and you'll be surprised you'll get an apology. Maybe just from not saying anything. Trust me. And so here's my question to you guys. What is it that you need to do differently, ladies, to support your man? Fellas, what do you need her to do differently for you to feel like you're supported? I was talking about sacrifice. We're going to talk about sacrifice in a bit. Give me like 2 minutes. We're going to take a quick break if you don't mind. I'm going to go ahead and get my buddy Big Zay. We're going to take a break. What time is it? Do y'all know what time it is? Oh my gosh, it's already 7:05. I cannot believe that the time is going by fast. Yes, Safi. You understand where I'm coming from? Right. Listen, to God be the glory, Clarence. Girl, I'm so serious. Okay, let me see. You said most of the time, we just want to know we are appreciate it, especially when we're holding it down. My Uncle Thee, big shout out to my Uncle Thee. Uncle Thee said, choose this day whom your tongue will serve. Absolutely. Right. How are you going to talk to him? How are you going to treat him? Are you going to use your mouth to love him? Or are you going to use it to go ahead and just treat him like dirt? And if you ever, I'm not trying to be funny, if you ever put your mouth on him in a disrespectful way, you best believe somebody else gonna start whispering a whole lot of stuff in his ears to make him feel good, and then he's gonna wind up leaving you for that person. My wife told me on her deathbed, "Thank you so much for being there." That's an honor. And you know what makes it more of an honor too? When you can lay your head down with no regret. When you can lay your head down with no guilt, knowing that you did all that you needed to do in the relationship. And you can be guilt-free and have no regrets. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. Keep us encouraged during the tough times, and we'll give you lifetime of love. That's good. Y'all see this? This is what men need. Keep us encouraged during the tough times, and we will give you a lifetime of love. What else do men need? I was talking about sacrifice. Women, there's nothing wrong with sacrificing for your man. There's nothing wrong with sacrificing for your husband. Where is there something wrong with sacrificing for the one you love? I don't see anything wrong with it. Do you see something wrong with it? What's wrong with sacrificing for the one that you love? Listen, you can't talk to me about love sacrificing, because to me, I'll talk about Jesus. Love sacrificed itself on the cross. That's how I look at love. Would you die for the one that you're with? You need to ask yourself that. Would you what kind of sacrifices are you willing to endure for the sake of your marriage, for the sake of your relationship? Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, we marry the wrong people. Let's just keep it real. And God has a way of allowing that to just be cut off. I'm just being honest. Sometimes we marry the wrong people. And when that happens, you best believe it will be no more. But when you have the opportunity to get it right, what are you going to sacrifice? You don't want to repeat the same patterns that you had in the other relationships. There has to be a balance. I have your back, you have mine. Know what you got. Right. Know what you got. And I'm not going to talk about what relationship, but I was in a relationship where I did not feel defended. I cannot be in a relationship where I don't feel defended. And so this one relationship that I was in, I really just felt like I just had to defend myself for something, and you couldn't intervene. Did something to me. Not gonna even lie. Did something to me. And I said, I need to, you know why I need someone that's going to defend me? Because I'm going to defend to the T. If I love you, I'm going to defend you in ways that I don't think anybody else could top. I'm just going to be honest with you. My level of defense for the one I love is sick. And so in that sense, you want that reciprocated. But ladies, if you have a man defending you and sacrificing for you, it's only right to sacrifice for him. It's only right to defend him. It's only right to stand up for your man. Don't let nobody shame him. Don't let anybody talk about him. Don't let anybody put him down. I don't care who it is and what they have to say. I don't care if it's family. If you hear somebody talking negative about the one that you're with, you shut that down. Period. Period. I don't care if it's his family or yours. You don't let people come after the one that you are with. That's complete violation in my book. What you guys think? Is it violation to you? Do you feel like if you cannot feel like you can protect the one that you're with, it's like, why bother being with them? And then, so we already went in about emotional stability. A man wants somebody that's going to be able to be there for him emotionally. When was the last time that you looked at your situation and said, you know what? I have not been a good supporter for him. I have not been there to let him know that I love him. I have been more critical than I have been anything else. When was the last time you decided to just say, you know what, let me try to switch this up and treat him the way he deserves to be treated? So between that and, I have a giveaway. Who needs a charger? Who has an Android? I have a rechargeable 3 hours, up to 3 hours use, cordless built-in LED. Oh, nice. Built-in LED, ready to go, instant power bank. Do y'all need one? Who needs one? If you need one, what show topic did I talk about last week? If you can tell me what I talked about last week, I have no problem giving you one of these. So this is a ready-to-go instant power bank, and I think it's already pre-charged. It's a rechargeable cordless charger for an Android. So if you want it, I need to know if you can tell me what I talked about on the air last week. But for the most part, Zay, is it okay if I take a break? So for the most part, I'm going to take like a little 5-minute break. We're going to come back and finish talking about how y'all need to treat them. Y'all, listen, how you treat them is how you keep them. How about that? You want to learn how to keep them, you better treat them right. That's what Father MC. Didn't he say, was the Father MC that said treat them like you want to be treated? Y'all don't know nothing about no Father MC because I know y'all too young. I get it. All right, we'll be right back. Oh, life. He gives me life. Yes. Woo. Right. Treat them like, that's what Father MC said. Treat them like you want to be treated. I think it was Father MC that said that. Yep. Okay, Brian said, some women don't know how to because they haven't been shown how to be a lady. Oh. That's good because of ratchet celebrity. Some women don't know how to because they haven't been shown. That's something we could talk about. So who knows what I was talking about last week? Who was on the show? Who checked in last week to last week's show? If you checked in on last week's show and could tell me what I talked about, I'm going to hook you up. Can y'all see it? I'm going to get you guys everywhere. If y'all can tell me what I talked about, y'all got this. Oh, yeah. Right. That's when Mary J. Blige was a backup dancer for him. Remember that? No, was she not dancer, singer. She was a backup singer for him. Oh, no, what song did she sing on? That's when she had a little, it wasn't even a page boy. I'll do for you if you do for me. Yes! You remember that? It goes both ways. Absolutely. Lamar, you're right. It goes both ways. Right. Oh, Safi, thank you. That you have no idea. That means a lot to me. See, you're going to make me become a snotty mess. Don't have me crying. But thank you, Safi. Because my thing is this. I love love. I don't just love love. I love being in relationships. I love being in a relationship. So I want to see other people happy. And the reason why they're not happy is pretty much because they are, not that they don't know what to do. Some of them don't care. Some people just feel like they can do what they want because they don't want to change. They don't want to compromise. So what they do is they stay being this person that's pretty ugly. Pretty ugly will leave you by yourself. Pretty ugly will have you being a loner for the rest of your life. Pretty ugly will have you literally sitting back looking at everybody else in relationships, and then you wonder why your relationship isn't working. Not your relationship isn't working, but why you can't get in a relationship. It's because you don't know how to be pretty nice. You're just pretty ugly. Ugh. I can't. I don't do arrogance. I don't do ugly. Ugly behavior, I can't. When your arrogance is on fleek like that, nah, it's not cute. Making me better. Yes. Making me better. Mine? I know some people that are pretty ugly. Do you hear me? Ah! Vashawn, I just saw your message pop up in my inbox. Big shout out to Vashawn Thomas. Thank you, Vashawn. What if you love them and they don't love you back? Oh, Jesus. Woo. Lamar. Well, here's my question to you. What if you love them and they don't love you back? My question is, are you sure they don't love you back? And then number two, what changed? What changed in the relationship where the dynamics of love have went out the window? What left? What caused the relationship to shift where love is no more? So if you do love someone and they don't love you back, the best thing to do is find out where you went. Oh, yes. Y'all hear silly? Y'all know I love you some Denise Williams. Okay, what did you say? Better matter, same thing? No, what did I talk about last week? Give you your charger. Don't know. What did I talk about last week? Do you remember what I was talking about last week? Last week I talked about something. Which show did I talk about? And I'm gonna see if you know which order I did. What show did I talk about last week? Silly of me. There you go. Yes, sir. Yep, I did Making Me Mad last week, so I will be mailing you your charger. Make sure you inbox me your address. Then some women don't know what to do with the gift box. A good man. Absolutely. Lamar, if you still on here, I don't know if you still on here. Lamar, if you are still on here, I think that sometimes women, if they don't get what they think they need from a man, they allow themselves to get distracted. In the midst of that distraction, that's when they allow themselves to shift into the arms of somebody that they might regret later on. So they might regret it later on. They might regret it later on. Brandon, I think when a woman finds the right man, he will teach her how to be the queen she was created to be. It's all about taking your time and allowing the right man to nurture her instead of destroying her hope and love. Brandon, that was beautifully said. And I agree with you 100%. 100%. 100%. I agree with you 100%. The scary part is, the scary part about that is that unlike women, men don't want to spend the time to do what you just said. No, I can't see it. I didn't see what you said. I can't see it. What did you say, Marcy? But men don't want to spend the time to do what you just said, to teach her, to help her. A woman will spend all her time trying to help a man. She'll be there through thick and thin. Men are just like, look, I ain't got time for this. You either come ready or you can just be ready to hit the door. And it's unfortunate, but that's how, not all men, but some just don't want to spend the time. They want somebody that's just ready to just flow. Do I see your comments above? Hold on one second. Oh! Making me madder, but I don't want the gift, just to tune in. Oh, wow. I just saw it. I didn't see it earlier because it was just scrolling up. I see it. I see. Well, you know what, Marcy? I have something else, so I could give this to you. This is a 100 inhalations, energy shots. So the energy shots, like me, I was dozing today because I took in so much sugar. So the energy shots will go ahead and give you like a pick-me-up. I have no problem sending that to you. So inbox me your address. Let me see. Okay, Lamar, you said, okay, what if you love the one that you're with, but you also love somebody else? Oh, Jesus. Lamar, we're going to have sidebar conversations. Here's my question to you. How did you allow yourself to love somebody else? How did it get to that place where you positioned yourself to actually love someone else while you are in love where you are? Something happened. Either there was a disconnect in the relationship that was never addressed, or your eyes started wandering. And when the eye might have started wandering, or maybe the girl approached you, regardless which way you look at it, at the end of the day, somebody had contact with someone, and it wasn't the time that it should have happened. So, do we need to have a conversation? What about, okay, Michelle Rivera. Hey, Michelle. I see you, Mama. Michelle says, what about if a man says they will take care of you when they were very ill, but you can see that they really won't? What do you do? Is he sick right now? Or the man was sick and he said he would take care of you, but you can see that he won't?
Ready?
Yes. That's a good question, too. Oh, my gosh. Y'all are coming with some good... Okay, let someone else have it, Lady T. It's a pleasure to listen. Oh, okay. Then I'll give it to my girl, Marcy. That's Nita. Marcy, I'm going to send this to you. Inbox me your address. Oh, I'm going to read these questions. Lord have mercy. And guys, I only got like 25 minutes left, so we're going to make this quick. You have no idea how y'all are blessing me, but I want to help y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about getting on the show. That's my favorite part of the song. That la, 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 la. So, we're going to get ready to get started, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Thank you very much. We back on the air, y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Making Him Matter. Big shout out to my sponsors, Front Row Apparel, where the owner is Felton Rowe. Buckland Funeral Home, where the owner is Ryan Buckland. We have Uplift Her, a wonderful women's empowerment summit that's coming up on May 6th in Kenilworth. And we got my girl, Jessica Bullock, who is in charge of Life Options Counseling Services. Y'all go visit my site, www.makingmematter.com, and then you'll be able to see what the advertisers are advertising. You'll be able to see all their stuff, get their information, and yada, 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 and connect with them. Support these people that are doing their thing with these businesses and conferences and stuff like that. Support. So I'm going to jump on for a second. I'm going to jump on my own live so that I can try to catch up with these questions, because we had some really, really good questions. And so let me see. Where are the questions at? There were a couple of questions that while we were off the air, someone had said, "Oh, Brandon, I need to read your statement. That's true, but if more women stand firm on values, principles, and morals, it would force us men to get together. At the end of the day, B, you are so right. It would either force y'all to get it together, or force the man to leave because he's not ready for it. One of the two. And then so, let me see. Where's my buddy Lamar's post? I can't see it on here because I'm just getting on. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry. But there was a comment. Oh, Michelle. Michelle says, what about if a man says they would take care of you when you were very ill, but you can see that they really won't? What do? You know what? When you're sick and you need your man to be there for you and he's not there, ask him. Ask him, why weren't you there for me the way that I needed you to be there? What is it that caused you to not be available for me when I would be available for you? What is it that really made you not show up for me? You know, I can't give an answer to that. I don't know. Did y'all hear the question? What about if a man says they would take care of you when you were very ill, but you can see that they really won't? What do? If you know in the heart of hearts that this man is not going to take care of you in sickness, you best believe he probably don't care about you while you're well. And if I'm wrong for saying that, then I promise you I apologize. But I've seen things like this happen. If he's not going to be there for you while you are sick, you best believe while you are healthy, he might not do what you need him to do either. Okay, I'm going to go back to Lamar's comment too, if I could find it. Lamar said, what if you love them and they don't love you back? What do? We went through that question, but then Lamar had asked another question that totally blew me away. Lamar said, what if you love the one you with, but you also love somebody else? Oh, okay. You know what, Councilman? We're going to have to do a part 2, because if you can share that, don't get me started with that. I did it for 5 years. What advice can you recommend? What advice would you recommend? Lamar, if you are in a relationship, if you love the one that you're with and you're in love with somebody else, I need you to sit back and ask yourself, what is it that caused you to allow room for you to give attention to someone else where you ended up loving them? What took place in the relationship where there was enough of a gap, even if it's this big, you had enough space to allow somebody to creep in, open that up, and just take your heart, and now you love 2 people. And now the question is, what you gonna do? Now that you love 2 people, what you gonna do? How you gonna handle that? How are you gonna tell the one that you with that you love somebody else? That's gonna be hurtful, because now the person that you're with, what if the person that you're with didn't do anything, and now she's gonna say, Well, what did I do? What are you going to do? Say nothing? Women don't want to hear that. Again, you need to know, if you're going to call it off, we need to know the what, the why, and the how. That's what we need. We need honesty. But I'm going to tell you the truth. You want to take it a step further? Tell her. Now that's something that's the real deal. If you love somebody enough and you love somebody else, sit down and have a conversation with her and say, you know what? I have allowed myself to love another woman. I did not expect to. I don't know how I got in this place, but because I do love you the way that I do, I'm going to make it right, and I'm going to let you know I want to be with you. Or you can just say, you know what? I don't love you the way that I used to because I fell in love with somebody else. I fell in love. I know it is going to be a separate show. You're right. I fell in love with somebody else because this is what was not happening over here. And when I was empty, this person did this and caught my attention. And I allowed myself to love her. And because we're not growing and we're not going in a direction where I see fruitfulness, I think we should go separate ways. Here's the thing. If you are honest about your business, it can either work or you can just amicably just call it off. That's just what I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I could very well be wrong. But at the end of the day, what matters is truth, honesty, faithfulness, how you plan on handling each other. The person that you're with, a person always deserves honesty. A person always deserves to know the truth. So at the end of the day, how you handle it is what will determine the result and the outcome. If it's going to be positive or negative. It doesn't always have to be negative. So if you guys heard the question, what advice would you give to my buddy? What would you give to him? Have you guys ever been in love with two people at the same time? Have you ever loved two people at the same time? Even if you weren't in love with them, have you ever loved two people at the same time? I've seen it before. I've seen it. It's real. It happens. And the thing is, sometimes it's not meant to happen. It just happens because we leave a door open that we didn't think was open. Why? Because communication is key, and communication doesn't happen. Distractions take place. But again, here's the thing. How can I say? At the end of the day, just because something, even the Bible says it, everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial. So just because it's permissible, meaning that it can take place, doesn't mean that it has to take place. So what are you going to do differently? Big shout out to this friend request I just got, Aaron Roberts. Big shout out to you, E. I don't know who you are, but we have the same friends. We got a nice amount of friends that are a nice amount of mutual friends. So God bless you. And thank you for checking in. Big shout out to you. Big shout out. So so what would you guys do differently? What would you tell somebody how do you tell the person that you're with, that you love somebody else? There's a way to do it. There'll be tears. They'll be angry. You might even get a chair or a dish thrown at you. But at the end of the day, you can do it and still have a positive outcome in your own relationship. Period. Let me tell you something. Love conquers all things. When you really love somebody, you can get through anything. Love conquers all things. It's just how much are you willing to go through to conquer that thing. That's what matters. How much are you willing to go through to conquer that thing? What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So again, I really want you guys to try to take heed to how you treat the one that you're with. Ladies, learn how to love him. Learn how to treat him. Learn how to nurture him. Learn how to make him feel like he matters. Learn how to make him feel special. Learn how to love him in a way where he knows that nobody else can do what you do. Learn how to be able to give him what he needs. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be funny. If you're married, don't withhold from him either. I used to tell you guys stories in my marriage. When I was married, at the end of the day, there's no withholding. Even the Bible talks about when you're married, your body is no longer your own. So encourage you guys, ladies, learn how to do things differently. You want to keep them? There's some things about you that you need to change. Yes, there's some things about him I'm sure he needs to change, but he needs to see you do the change first. He needs to see you making the first step. He needs to see you making the time, taking the time to make the time to be the different woman that he needs you to be. Not every woman is bitter. Not every woman is angry. Not every woman is nasty. But at the end of the day, if you act like that, why should he want to be with you? So I need you guys really to make sure that you tune in next week. Next week is going to be Making Us Matter. That's when we're going to talk about the T.I. situation. I didn't want to talk about it too much tonight. I definitely want to talk about it next week. We're going to talk about T.I. and if marriage is a distraction. The devil is a liar. Marriage is not a distraction. Marriage can be a distraction based on what you allow in your marriage and based on if you married the right person. Period. So I disagree with that with T.I. Marriage is a distraction and it takes you away from working towards your goals. I'm not beat for that. And the reason why is if you marry the right person, it's a partnership. The person that you're with should feel like you're a partner. Like, you know what? This person's going to ride out for me. This person's going to be able to see something that I don't see. And even if I do see it, the person's going to believe in me regardless and support me regardless if they want to or not. Right. My cousin Tori, hey Toe, says marriage is a ministry. It is. Marriage is a ministry. Marriage is truly a ministry. What are you going to do to work that? So, I used to be a big T.I. fan. And at the end of the day, divorce, there's nothing pretty about divorce. There's nothing nice about divorce. I would never just say, oh, I'm glad somebody got... No. Janet Jackson getting divorced. Marrying the wrong people. Sometimes you just need to wait a little bit. Time will tell if it's the right one or not. Just wait. At the end of the day, don't rush. Enjoy where you are. Learn each other on purpose. Try to get to the place where it's like, you know what? I really can see myself spending the rest of my life with this person. See each other for who you are. I mean to the core. The good, bad, the nasty, and the ugly, and even the uglier. At the end of the day, when you can get past that, there's nothing that y'all can't overcome together. Love is a beautiful thing. It depends on how you look at it and how you choose to make it. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Tonight's Making Him Matter. Making Him Matter. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Next week, we will be talking about Making Us Matter. Make sure y'all tune in next week, next Thursday, Making Us Matter. We're going to talk about T.I. We're going to probably talk about that Janet Jackson. Hey, Shakira, I see you, mama. God bless you. We're going to talk about Janet Jackson. We're going to talk about T.I. Because here's the thing. We look up to all these different people. And these different people are a mess. They're a mess. I ain't trying to be like nobody. I want to be like me. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I like the relationship that I used to always admire. In my head, Marjorie Harvey is my aunt in my head. And so I love her style. I love her class. I love the way she dresses. And I say, God, one day I just want to be a dresser like that. I need a whole new wardrobe. Y'all have no idea. But at the end of the day, I admire her relationship with Steve Harvey. And they're very private about their relationship. Just because you're public doesn't mean you have to be public about your personal business. And so anyway, make sure y'all tune in next week. Making Us Matter next Thursday, 6 o'clock p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are going to have us a good time talking about T.I., talking about Janet Jackson. So I need y'all to tune in. Let a friend know. Tell a friend. Send a smoke signal. Send a text. Hashtag anything you want. Hashtag Making Me Matter. And I will see y'all next Thursday. Y'all have a good night. I'm getting ready to sign out of here. And I will see you guys later. So let me get my guy over here. What y'all doing for the rest of the night? Thank you, Kara. What y'all doing for the rest of the night? I want y'all to be safe. I want y'all to know that love is real. Love can take place. Love can happen. And love can keep you in places that you never thought you can be kept. All right, y'all. I'm out. Y'all have a good evening. I will see y'all next week. God bless you. God keep you. May the Lord continue to shine his face upon you. And I will see y'all next Thursday. Make sure you guys tune in. Keep telling people about Making Me Mad. Oh, my book. Make sure you guys get a copy of my book, The Unknown Journey to Joy. Go ahead and go to paypal.me/Tiffany Barker. Get your copy for $20 and I will send it to you ASAP. So make sure y'all go ahead and do that. All right. God bless you too, Keita. I see my girl Crystal that just checked in. Crystal, good to see you. Crystal, next week we're going to be talking about Making Us Matter. We're going to talk about T.I. and that whole Janet Jackson situation. Ooh, $500 billion. Is that what I heard she walking off with? I heard Janet Jackson walking off with $500 billion. I don't know how true that is. We're going to talk about that next week on Making Us Matter. Hey, Zay, can I ask a favor?
What's up?
Can you leave them out with my intro?
Sure.
Zay's going to leave y'all out with my intro. My intro. Oh, Marcy, make sure you inbox me so I can go ahead and send you your gift. Marcy, inbox me your address so I can give you my gift. Tamika Sneed, big shout out to my girl, Meek. Y'all have a good night. Love you to pieces. Peace. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. Oh, you hear that intro? Say what's up to Zay.
What up, y'all?
That's Zay.
I'm tired, y'all.
I know, my poor Zay. My big brother's
Overtime.
tired. You said overtime?
Been working overtime. I'm tired.
I know. Y'all pray for my big brother. Zay is exhausted. Whew. Sister girl tired too.
What is that?
Zay, isn't that dope? Zay looked at my phone because I got this from work today. One of the vendors came in and gave me, so look at this, right? This here is a magnet. How dope is that? And then there's a case, and the case has a magnet on the back. So this here is a magnet. So then, just like that. It's just so dope. So he said, what is that? All right, y'all. I'm out. Y'all have a good night. I'll see you next week. Boom, 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 boom.